Hi everybody and welcome back to Airbrushing for Beginners, the next stage, part 3. Hi everybody and welcome back to another airbrush video. In today's video guys, we're going to be painting the image you can see on the screen here. It's a lady's hand and she's holding one of the vanity mirror cases that's split and open up. So you've got part of the face in the bottom one and then you've got the other part of the face there. We've got a bit of background to do in this one today. So that's the image that we're working off. I've projected the image up and just done a very light pencil outline of the pieces that I need just as reference, as a guide to complete this image. I'm not doing colour matching from the screen. I'm just going to go straight on the fly and use my grey tone mix. So I've got a value 10, we've got a 9, 8, 7, 6, I've got a 4, I've got a dark grey mix. I've mixed up some transparent black and we've got a shading grey transparent as well. If you're using golden high flow acrylics, you can get a high flow medium, which is this one. So if you've got an opaque black, you can mix this with it and you can turn your opaque black into a transparent black. Same with the white, you can transparent them down. Any opaque colours that you've got, use this one and you can turn them into transparents, thinning them down. All the bits we'll be using today will be a couple of paint pens for the real sharp highlights, because we can't get scratch back techniques on this paper. I'm just going to go in and do some like dot highlights or little sharp highlights with the paint pens. Cleaning products, we're using water to flush through in between colours, and if I get any stubborn dirt through this video where I've been airbrushing for quite a while, I'll just give it a little blast through with some thinners, cotton bud inside the cup, quick blast through with water again, and we'll be good to go. But you'll see all these stages as we go along. I'll do this all in real time for you. Get the overhead camera and I will talk you through what I'm doing, what paint mixes I'm using on the certain pieces. So yeah, I think I've covered everything. Airbrush that we're going to use today, I'm going to stick with the Creos PS270. This is a 0.2. I find this brush really comfortable and I've kept on this through the beginners classes. I've just kept using this, and like I say, we're moving on to these more advanced pictures now. So stick with this one so that you can see you can do it with a cheaper brush basically. So yeah, we'll crack on guys. I'll set the other camera up, chuck the airline on this, we'll get some painting and we'll start this picture. See you in the next step. Right guys, I've got the airbrush set up. What I've done on this episode is I've just stuck a piece of paper to this side, so when you're changing your colours you can just test your brush on that piece of paper first, see if your paint's coming through okay, which it is. I've dropped the pressure down on this because I've thinned the value 8 down with a bit of water because it's quite thick. I'm probably running 15 psi. And I just check that, so when you're going in low, if it's spider webbing when you pull back on the trigger, just knock your air pressure down so you get that nice flow. So we're just going to go in with the value 8 and I'm just going to start dropping these tones in where I want them to go. So we're going to drop a little bit in the lip, and that's spider webbing again, got that pressure down. So I'm just going to drop a bit over here. It probably doesn't look like I'm putting any paint down, but I am. So I'm just going to put a little tone in there, down on the finger. just work round, and I'm basically just dropping this over near enough all the image. Just putting a tone down. So I've dropped that in. And now I'm going to just add a couple of drops of value 4 to this, probably 3. And we'll just see what that one's like. That's a little bit darker, that's what I'm after. So we're going to go back in on these lips. And just drop some tones down on here. A little bit of texture. Around here. And I'm basically going to stick with the value 8, and I'll just darken this 8 up and use the 8 and just start darkening that value of the 8 up and down to where I need it. A little bit on these lips. Working round, putting that tone in. Really light air pressure this, guys. It probably sounds like there's nothing coming out, but it really is. This paint is really thin. Just working down the hand, shadow on the hand, drop a bit of that in there. And a little bit on this. In here. A little bit there, coming round. And round. So a bit more 8. And that bit of water. As you can see there, that's quite thick in that cup. So I'll just thin that down and then pinch the needle and you'll see that bubble up. And that just gives you paint to mix. See how your colour's coming out. That's coming out quite nice. A little bit more here. A little bit of texture on the lips. And go a little bit darker here. Drop a little bit of that over here. The background. Down in here. Get that paint through a bit better. Just drop some in on that background. Give it a bit of a tone. And I don't mind that it's giving it that mottled where the paint's gone down quite heavy. That will dry sort of dotty, but that's how it is on the picture, so I don't mind that. Little bits of spit come out, but it doesn't matter. So moving back up to this piece, just go in and darken that out. A little bit more darks in here. It's got quite a bit of skin texture on this piece of the face. Just tiny little dot work, guys. Dropping that little bit of texture in, and then we'll darken up on these bits. here. Softer there. This is dark in here. It's going to come across darker, this piece. The lips are going to go really dark, so I'm just going to put some more textures in them lips. Keep building it up. Just give that a blast through. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the dark in just here, and that'll give me a guide. We'll get the dark in on the lip, and I can just guide off that on how far to go. Get the shield, and we'll just start to get that sharp in there. I'm going to sharp this for a second here. Like that. Drop that there. And that just feathers out into that. It goes real dark here. I'm just using a little bit of cardboard cut, just a random shape, didn't trace it out on anything. And I'm using a transparent black. And just darkening this out. This line here that I'm doing now isn't this sharp on the image. It's quite a fuzzy line, but I'm just putting this in for now. I can soon dust over. And make it a little bit. That'll do for that. And just a dark edge on this lip. Here. Just a little bit under that lip. A little bit of tip dry. Just flush that out a bit there on that. This one here. That's quite fuzzed out there. That noise in the background, the compressor's kicked in. That can be turned off in a minute. Just out of colour there. Drop a little bit more in. That'll do there. We've got a little bit here. It's got a fuzzy edge on this, it's not really sharp. So that'll do for that for the minute. Got a little line. A little bit darker on this. Coming round. Very faint line along here and here. I'm not going to go there dark. Got a little bit of dark here. And this bit here. I'm just following the direction. And this is just feathered out. Along here, quite blurry for a background. So we'll just drop a bit of that in while we've got this colour in. I might as well use it up in the cup. And just fill in them pieces where you need it. It just saves you throwing that paint away. Just use it on the picture. We've got a little bit sort of there. These bits are there's a little bit here, very light, and a bit off that. This is quite a dark band here with a sharp edge. So we'll just come off that shield that way and just darken that. Feather it out. It also comes around there quite sharp. This bit here is quite sharp. This piece round here, just drop this in. This is another dark here. We've got quite a sharp line on this piece, go in there. Just move your shield round till you find it, you can just line it up. A little bit more here. Down here. And you're just airbrushing away from that shield. Line it up to where your line is and then just come off that way, and that will just give you that little sharp edge. Like that. I mean, these are going to go a lot darker round here, but this is good enough for a first pass on what we need to do. A little bit blurry in here. Just do a little very soft bounce off that. And here. It's quite something dark there. So that's a bit of the background in. I usually just concentrate on the image itself in the middle, but I thought I'd just go around this one a different way today and just do a bit of the background first. Drop that in, which is not a bad idea actually on sometimes, because you can then see what tones you're working with on the inside piece. Just gives you a nice guide. So we're going to go back to the value 8. Just give that a blast through. Some of that, I'm going to go value 4 again and just drop some of that in. A little bit darker this time, a bit of water. That's a little bit darker. I'm just going to start working in this piece again. Putting them textures in. Because this image is blown up, you look at it on the TV screen and it's really tight and detailed, but when you blow an image up, these details sort of just blow up and you're just working on that bit bigger scale. Bit more here, around here, darker. Bit on that thumb, bit around there, coming down that thumb line, a little bit in there. Around here. Darks. Just going to darken that up a bit more. Bit in the lips. Bit more down here. Here. Dark there. A lot darker here. In there. Here. Put a bit of that in that background. There. Working down this hand. Get some tones around here. Put a tone in there. Bottom of the mirror. And just basically, if I'm going over the lines, I don't mind because I'm going to be sharpening things up a bit later on. Bit there, you get a bit in that hairline there. Bit round here. This is all blurry round here. Like that, a little bit on these edges. And in here. A little bit round in there, on these edges, a little bit in here, jump onto the shading grey. And we're just going to start dropping this in with shading grey. On these lips. Very light here, just a little pass there. It's got a little dark mottled edge along the bottom of the lip. Here, just a little pass. Quite dark here. quite a dark mottle effect there, coming in dark here. Few little textures. Darker here. Few little textures in that lip. Little dots. A little bit darker here. Turning on that. Bit squiggles, line. Just going to drop some highlights on that so we can keep an eye on where they're going. That wasn't the best line. We'll work some more on these lips in a minute. I'm just going to get this piece in here. And then we'll start working around, and we'll come back to pieces as we go along and start tightening pieces up. A lot darker in here. And here. A little bit of a line there. Right, so I've just put some shading grey in. I'm going to work this bottom one in with some shading grey. So just do these little bits of hairline. The little dagger strokes flicking out on this. drop that tone in. This is going to go a lot darker. They're the half moon techniques, guys, just filling that in. We've got a little bit of flick out hairline here. Little bit of texture. Dots and things down there in the hairline. Onto the eyebrow, and some little dots and squiggles. And that's basically, this one now is just basically a few lines in it, and we'll darken this out in a moment. I'll move that cap round so it doesn't block. Tip dry. And we'll just start to work the eye in. It's quite dark round here. A little bit around there, just a little. Just going to go in nice and light and just darken that out. Little bits. Lines. Little dots. Just put a little pass in. Some textures. I've got a lot of dots and bits in here. And all the way up to this, like that. Just going to drop some tones around here, in here. I'm going to drop the 4 in and then bounce off the 4 and just a little bit of water. I'm just going to drop a tone in under here, in here, round here. Up in that bit there. A little bit there. A little bit in the eye. This is going to go a lot darker. Some lines here. Dark. bit of texture there. A little tiny bit of texture in here. Just working in a few little textures around here. More little ones here. here. A little bit down this hand, because this is very blurry here. It's got a bit of texture in it. This is going to go a lot darker. And in here, darker, a lot darker in here. A little bit down here. Right, we'll move on to the carbon black transparent. And we will just start to fill in this. Few little flickery dots around there. You can just do a pass. Little dots again. Just some speckles. Just start to darken that out. here. Sharpen that up there. There. And there. Give that a little sharpen. Start. A little faint on the edge. Darker in that edge there. There. What I do is I just drop the highlights, get them in place on that, just so we know where we're going. A couple of bits in there. Little couple in there. Couple up here. Little bit there, but just knock that back. So that's the eye I'm nearest damn it, guys, on that. I went over on that edge there, but we're going to go darker on this anyway. And then if I want to bring that little bit out, I can just drop some highlights in. So I'm going to leave that as it is here. We'll darken this up more with a proper carbon black, and in here we're going to sharpen this up again. So I'm just going to work the rest of this. I've just dropped a little bit of dark in there. You probably missed that bit. I just changed the battery over in the camera because it was dying, guys. But yeah, we dropped a bit more darks in there. I'm going to start working this in now. Get all this in, then I'm going to drop some more around here, and then we'll drop some highlights in there and we'll pop them frames out, get a bit more in the lips. So yeah, we'll start working these bits in. So these bits are going to go nice and quick, guys. Got some shading grey, and I'm just going to get the shield, come off this hand, and just start to work this across. This is quite a fuzzy line, so we can just do that freehand, come down. These are just blurry lines. So just back on the brush. This one's quite a sharp-ish dark. We'll just bounce that off the shield that way. Sharpen that up. Same with this is just a mottly pattern down here. So we'll just feather that and just do a random pattern in here. Squiggles, lines. Same down here. Just a random pattern. Quite blurry. A little bit sharper on that. In there. A little bit. Sharpen that up. And then we're going to work down this side. We've got some weird pattern here. Just going to do a weird pattern. We've got a dark line through here. Let's get some more. We'll go in with a transparent black. And we'll just drop that in there. We've got, using the finger as a shield, just bounce that over a little bit of squiggle, dark line. Just a random blur again, guys, there. That's a fade. We've got a sharp line under here. Coming up. A little bit sharp there. In here. There. Round. That's a sort of a sharp line coming across. Blur. A few little bits in here. Just to give it that blurry effect. Blur there, lighter here, dark here, dark line, fading across to a lighter, dark in there. This is a bit darker here. Go onto that arm and just put a little darker pattern on there. That's darker there. Got a dark washy line here. Just puts a dark line there. Little flick out there. One there. That's a dark line. Darker in here. This is a sharper line here. Moving on to this piece, we've got a darker piece here. Teeny bit here, just mottled out. We've got a darker piece in here. a little bit. Darker here. This is darker here. And just sort of flicks up there. Coming round. We'll bring this down a bit here. Feather that out, just line that up again. Under that chin. Darken that out a bit. And feather it down. We're going to go darker in here. A lot darker here. And here. Move them up a bit, just darken that. A bit darker along here. Into that lip. I'm going to go a little bit darker here. On that line, just a little flick out. There. Darker here on that piece, bit darker around here. This is darker here and a little bit more sharper. That. This is darker and sharper. A little bit in there. Bounce that across that way. Darker there. Line. Darker, little line there. That's darker. There. That is these little bits here. We've got some darks here. And we've got a little use your finger, bounce off that. Little fade out on there. Coming in darker here. I'm going to go in with the value 4 again, and I'm going to tone this mirror edge up and just get this a little bit better in here, so then we can pop the highlights out on this. And the blur edge there. Bit round there. Piece coming round. That's just mottled in there. This is blurry here. This finger needs a bit more. There, that needs sharpening. Here. And there. blend that in with a fork. A little bit of foil on this just to give it a bit of a pattern down there. Same here, just a little bit of a squiggle there, a little bit on these, drop some tone in here, like that. What we'll do now is, guys, we'll just go in and we'll just whack some highlights in now for the mirror. A little bit here. A little bit there. We've got another one of them there. When your paint pen works. We're gonna no. A little bit in there, little line there, a little bit here, little I've got to do some more darks here. Feathered out there, a little bit in here, little line there. These are quite white, paint pen for them. It's quite a line. A little bit of flexion there, a couple of bits on the hair. This is quite there's a little. We're getting there, guys, we're nearly there. Just going to drop some more in here. Some bits in these lips. Little bits in there, just draw them back. go in and sharpen up again. I'm going to do some shading grey and just get sharpening up the bits we need to. Darker here. Yeah. And here. Darker here as well. Darker. Darker there. Just fade out under that. Darker in here. There, we're about there. Darker just here. And on that piece there. Little bit of dark there. These are some lines coming in. Fuzzy lines here. Darker off this thumb. And round the top of that thumb's a lot darker. To make that pop a bit. Just a little bit more under that chin there. Some lines in there. Like that. A little bit darker here on this. There's darker in here, here. And there's a bit darker. Definitely darker here. I'm going to call that one done, guys. I'm going to drop a little bit more highlight in with a paint pen. More of a line around there. They're a little bit brighter. There's a little bit in there. And that's more. The eye, it's got to be more whiter here. A teeny bit there. A little bit in this bottom, along this edge. Put a line in and just back smudge it up like that, and that'll just sharpen that up. A little bit on this thumb, the nail, smudge backwards. It just highlights that up a bit. There's a line here. These are little back smudge on that. That's a line. Yeah. I'm going to go with that, guys. We'll call that one done. I'll pan you around onto the other camera and give you a little talk through. Right, guys, I'm going to call that one done. That's come out quite nice to the reference. Just finished off putting some little highlights in. The brush was just starting to clog, it needed another clean, so I'm going to do that while I'm talking you through. So we started off with the value 8, went round, and then I dropped some dark grey mix, a few drops in, and just started going off the value 8 and darkening down the value 8 going that way. We've got some transparent black, we've got shading grey, and just basically buzzed round, guys, to get this image in. And that's how it's come out. We'll demask it in a minute and that'll make it pop, because you've got that horrible yellow masking around there. But I think that was quite a quick piece. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Drop your comments below, guys, and don't forget, if you're new to my channel, click that subscribe, press that notification so you don't miss out on any more upcoming videos on FX Custom Paint. Just want to say a big welcome to all the new subscribers and all the comments you're giving me, guys, on the videos. It's nice to get the feedback back. I want the channel to grow. So I think that'll do for the brush. Just blast that through. So that's all nice and clean for the next one. What I'll do now is I'll just demask it carefully and hopefully it won't pull it. And it'll just, oh, it is, it's pulling it again. And when I put this masking tape on, I put it on, it didn't push right down. I sort of put it on really lightly, but it's going to happen. But there you go. That's the finished piece. We've got a bit of paper pull there, but it doesn't matter. If this was wanting to be framed, I'd put a mount on this and just slightly come in on a nice mount with the frame in. So that's the finished piece, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. This one's the last in this mini series. We're going to be moving on now to the next series, which will be, I'll just check out on the screen now, because I've got the images on the screen of what's going to be coming up next. So it's going to be another little mini series, and we're going to be doing this one. Airbrushing for beginners is going to be paint effects. So I've got a few on a mini series on paint effects. So I'm going to take you through how to do brush steel, we're going to do denim, we're going to do wood grain, we're going to do flames, realistic flames, all your little paint effects, marble effects. We're going to do some candy ones as well. So they're all going to be up and coming, guys, on the next. But I hope you enjoyed this little airbrush for beginners, the next stage mini series, and this was the last one. So let's give you a little look into some grayscale portraits. And I've talked you through on how to do these. We've used shields, you've seen the dot work, the line work, some of the shading techniques from the previous classes. We've brought them along into getting pictures down. So I shall see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. See you soon, guys.